Hello, hello, party people. You know how they say there's such a thing as too much of a good thing? Progress. There's no such thing as too much progress. Um, um, uh, One statement that sums it all up, right? I'm not at the level that I want to be at. And quite frankly, I don't remember the last time I was at a level that I wanted to be at. A lot of people will look at the quote-unquote hardships of my life and say like, wow, you made it through that is impressive. I don't feel like it's impressive. It's like, wow, you picked yourself up after that. That's good. Good is not superb. And it's just like, I'm supposed to be happy that I got this far when I wanted to go that far. So what happens to this right here? Just because, this took place doesn't mean this is inevitable. So it's like, what do I have to do? Not to please everyone else, but to make me satisfied in the sense that I've accomplished a lot despite whatever so-called hardships. What's hardships to one person might be daily life to another. And there were times when I didn't think I would have a good run, but I did. But it wasn't superb. It wasn't the best run that I felt like I could ever have. Despite me trying to rectify that in current news, I just feel like if people walked in my shoes, that you might not notice the same thing. You might think that was a really hard time. I'm glad I got over it. But after a certain number of quote-unquote hard times, you sort of get used to it. You pick yourself up off the floor, you wipe that dirt off your shoulder, and you keep going. You keep progressing. You keep moving, ideally forward. So, when will I be satisfied? When I'm working full time again? When I have normal people's insurance, health insurance, or I can actually have disposable income. That's crazy, I know. No, it's not that I don't. It's that it's not much, and it needs to be budgeted. Let me put it this way: if you just plain don't have money for something, sacrifices must be made. And if something else costs money and is more important, you have to sacrifice things when you're not in a good economic position. And that sucks, but what's the alternative? Explain to me what the alternative is. If you had the responsibilities that I have versus whatever might be going on in your life, the proverbial question is, are you happy? And I know there's a lot of people out there who their life doesn't suck, but are they genuinely unhappy? Like, sometimes. But is being unhappy the same thing as being happy with where you're at right now? You don't want to stay there, but you want to keep moving, ideally up or diagonally up northeast. You want to keep that progression going, right? I wish I could tell you how to do it. Don't you think if I knew how to do it, I would have done it by now? I can't even count the number of times I've been in the hospital. I can't even count the times where I went voluntarily. I personally felt like every time I was very much cooperative, and I feel like there's not enough emphasis on that, and that it shouldn't just be brushed under the rug. It should be recognized that I know there's a problem, and I'm seeking help for said problem. Nothing else needs to be said, in my opinion. What else is there? Here's my medical history. Here's my medication. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a psychiatrist. What do you want me to do with it? That's your job, essentially. And it's just like, when you talk to other health professionals, it's like, I just feel like they can only do so much. They will only do as much given your cooperation level. If you want to yell and scream and fucking break shit and like just act a fool, like that's all you. But personally, I know for a fact that I have never witnessed any violence, not even any yelling. I just wait in that room, that washroom, let's call it that. And I just wait. I wait to be seen. I wait to determine if I'm going somewhere else, etc. And I plan accordingly. So, when I say I'm not at the level I'm at with a lot of things, that implies that I'm at the same level. So even though I'm moving forward, I'm not making progress. I'm not getting better, for example. I'm staying at the level I'm at, which is acceptable in my opinion. So basically, I'm going forward like this through a flat line when I need to go going like this. And unfortunately, that's not happening a lot lately. This was just a quick vlog because I hadn't posted in a few days. Thought I should. You know, it's just life is what it is, and like if it was so easy for us to control our own lives, we'd all wouldn't even need to work. We all wouldn't need this thing called money, and we wouldn't even need like romantic love, friendship love. Like it's not that you don't necessarily need those. You want those. That's the difference. There's a whole other subject we're going to talk about. That's like down the line over there. I thought I'd just give this little quick update. I don't want to say things are status quo, but everything is back to as normal can be. But am I happy? No, I'm not. And it took me a long time to actually admit that and confront it. When is enough enough? It's never enough. Look at people, the way people gamble at casinos. They win a shitload of money. You tell me they're never going to gamble the rest of their lives? They just keep that profit on the profit level? What the hell was that? Anyway, it's just, I just feel like, I don't want to say it's not fair. I just want to say it's not cooperative. I'm not saying I'm not getting enough help. I just need people to understand that sacrifices must be made. And it might be nice if you don't need to make those sacrifices. If you don't need these extra responsibilities you didn't think you were going to have. And is your life happy enough? Or do you want more? Who can have too much happiness, right? Yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's not that I wish things were the way they were. I wish I had a time machine. Instead, I only have a time capsule, and that is all over the fucking internet. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Excuse my mood. How about that? Take care of yourselves and chill.